It's the Morning Brew with friends. We have a great show for you this morning. April Fools. It's an excellent show. We got our friend Yazine Armstrong, the director of the Stimulus Center, is going to be with us this morning. And she's bringing someone with a company called This Is Garbage that I can't wait to hear about. Our friend Larry Gallegos is here from Bernalillo County. We're going to talk all about National County Government Month, which should be interesting. And Francis Lujan with Los Tapatitas Dance Company is going to dance. It's going to be awesome on the Morning Brew with friends. So it's April Fools, and we've already got the producers already brought up the peeps. I love this. You have, I'm debating whether or not I should dig into those. I love those things.
I know, I love them too. So you're putting them there in a very
right, so that all the guests can be enticed by them all morning. Right. You can look at the peeps, but you cannot touch the peeps all morning long. We'll have to break into those at some point. But we've got. We're going to kick it off this morning with headlines that are brought to us by our friends at Tony and Guy Hairdressing Academy. And Yazine, you've been watching the political sphere this year. It's been an interesting one.
Very interesting.
And you work at CNN. You guys actually saw some of your revenues decrease because of oil money.
Yeah, that's
correct.
correct.
And so did the rest of the state. And because of that, the governor is now saying, no special session. And a lot of people are very worried about this, especially this guy. This is Ray Smith. He is the new director, or chairman of the board, I should say, of Albuquerque Economic Development. And Ray Smith kind of rallied the troops yesterday. He got every business group in the state pretty much to say, Governor, you've got to have a special session because they didn't have capital outlay money this year. They didn't pass like one of the basic bills at the legislative session, and it's $265 million that basically would go to communities all over. Probably some of it was going to go to CNN, the epicenter, which is right across your neighbors.
Right, all of the entrepreneurial activity.
Right, and a lot of that was counting on getting state capital outlay funds this year. So Ray Smith and a lot of the folks in the business community are now trying to basically convince everybody to get together, find an agreement, and get it done. But something a little bit more fun that I'm excited is getting done. All day breakfast at McDonald's. I love this. There is something about a Egg McMuffin. You know, I get out of the show, I go to the McDonald's right here at the street. I'll grab myself an Egg McMuffin and a coffee. And, you know, I know it's not everybody's favorite, but it's one of those things that for those of us that love it, it's going to be quite a thing. Yes.
That's exciting.
And then, are you a Game of Thrones fan?
I am. I love Game of Thrones.
Oh, you're going to love these photos. We have, this was from the premiere of Game of Thrones in Santa Fe. Santa Fe was one of 3 cities that actually hosted a red carpet premiere of Game of Thrones. And these are the actual actors. Everybody came down. It was San Francisco, New York, and Santa Fe were the 3 that held it. You know, George R.R. Martin, who wrote the series and wrote the original books, lives in Santa Fe. He also owns the Lensic Theater up there. And so he said, hey, I want a premiere too. Let's make this happen. And they even brought in the wolf.
They brought in the wolf?
They brought in the big white wolf.
Wow,
What is her name?
great.
It's I can't remember the wolf's name in the show.
Yeah, I can't either.
Oh,
but,
well, it's 7 in the morning. We'll remember it later. And this is amazing to me. Rolling Stones are back on tour. I love this. Oh, there's a photo of one of this guy's awesome too.
Yeah, he's
this
really funny.
Trevor Noah, who I am really big on. And I've been following him on Twitter for years. I think he's pretty funny.
He is
Although I guess going back, there's actually some controversy.
That's what I heard.
And going back 5 or 6 years ago, Trevor Noah put out some tweets that were a little, let's just say, on the crossing the line a little bit.
He's a comedian, you know?
Right.
I mean, I think it's hard to judge. But
And he's 31. And so when you think about the tweets he put out 7 years ago, he was like 24.
yeah, he was a baby.
And I think probably he's matured a little bit since then. I'll cut him some slack on that for right now until I actually see what happens on the show. Because I think he's pretty funny. Interesting guy. He was born in South Africa. His dad is Swiss. His mom is South African.
Right.
And I just think it's a really interesting, and then he came to America and he became a comedian. I think the story is going to be fascinating and certainly shake up late night TV.
I think so. It isn't Comedy Central still supporting him.
Right.
So as of right now, he's still in.
Right,
which is
I'm
good.
excited.
I
It
am
should be
too.
great. And then finally, our buddies, the Rolling Stones, are going back on tour. I can't believe this. I read the craziest statistic about the Rolling Stones. They have a collective age greater than the justices of the Supreme Court. And they're going back on tour, but you want to get tickets this summer, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I do too, right? Like, how do you miss that?
Right, exactly, you
So
can't.
I actually saw them when they came here, and it was like 1998 or 99.
Oh, really?
And they played the football stadium. It was a great show.
Oh, I bet.
It was fun, and it was the last time like they were anywhere near New Mexico, I think. And I think it's
jealous.
going to be, even if it's like El Paso, Denver, or something like that. If it's a drivable destination, I'm going to go see the Rolling Stones just to see it happen one more time. In the meantime, we got all kinds of stuff going on at C&M, so when we come back in a couple of seconds, we'll talk about the Stimulus Center, Ignite, the P&M Pop-Up Pavilion, and something called This Is Garbage.
Can't wait.
Right. All the Morning Brew with friends.